Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod and the final episode of the year. That's right. So make some noise. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. We'll also be discussing the DOJ's decision on the SBF case outrages the crypto industry. In fact, Coinbase calls it a miscarriage of justice. Also, we'll be discussing Vitalik Buterin revealing his Ethereum game plan for 2024, as well as a crypto analyst setting an $8 trillion target for the crypto market cap in 2025. We'll also be discussing the latest from Arthur Hayes, who says the government money printing will push Bitcoin into a blow-off top by 2027. I'll be breaking down his latest $1 million Bitcoin price prediction. And speaking of $1 million Bitcoin price, we also have Samson Mow explains why the Bitcoin price will hit $1 million per coin after the Bitcoin ETF approval in 2024. I'll also be sharing the rest of his 2024 predictions with you, and we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Welcome, crypto family. Happy New Year, right around the corner. Thank you, Barack Monfils Evangelista, just gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Happy New Year, fam. And congratulations to everyone who just got blessed. That includes Ferenc, Monler, Zandler, Anchetta, Liar, Shorts on Fire, Daniel O., and Tim. You've all been blessed with a free membership. You can thank Barack for that. And you're ultimately going to have a badge now next to your name. So anytime you comment, you're going to get recognition first and foremost, because my eyes will gravitate to everyone with a badge next to their name. So thank you for supporting the show, and much love, much respect. But anyways, family, without further ado, if you're new to the channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And massive shout out to Casey Gates for gifting 5 paid memberships to the channel. So let's congratulate all the new members really quick. Looks like we got Chica, you've been blessed. Anthony LeBlanc, you've been blessed. Claire McCarty, you have been blessed. And Karn Inc., you have been blessed. And CA, you have been blessed. Show some love to Casey Gates. We greatly appreciate all the support. You guys are way too kind, and we greatly appreciate it. Also, be sure to smash that like button, as it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm, and also helps get more eyeballs on the channel, so we can help usher in that massive Bitcoin adoption. Congratulations, Claire McCarty, on becoming a member of the channel. We greatly appreciate all the support, family. You guys are amazing. But anyways, fam, let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. You should be able to see Coin 360 on your screen right here. You can see Bitcoin is actually at 42.8. Let me refresh just to make sure this baby is accurate, because it didn't line up with Bitbo, but I guess all the exchanges have different prices. So I think this is a aggregate average, a collective of the exchanges. It shows we're at 42.8 right now, back in the green. We got Ether correcting, but maintaining above 2,300. We got ICP breaking out like a mofo, up 34% on the day. Filecoin is another top gainer. One of the top losers, Bitcoin Cash Trash. And we also have Ton, Solana, Wrap Bitcoin, and Atom all in the green. And to get a monthly perspective, let's check it out. Bitcoin's up 13.5% on the month. We have Ether up 12%, Solana killing it, up 76%, BNB 40%, AVAX 86%, Cardano 60%, and just overall massive gainers for the past month. I would say the entire fourth quarter has been pretty lit for crypto collectively. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap sits at 1.66 trillion with about 44.4 billion in volume for the past 24 hours, with the volume down 34%. Bitcoin dominance, same as yesterday, just above 50%, sitting at 50.1. And we have the Ether dominance back on the decline at roughly 16.6%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, ICP up 35% on the daily, 51% on the week, trading just shy of $15, followed by Telor up 31%, trading at $344, followed by Filecoin up roughly 15%, trading at $6.80. Below that, we have Oasis, Maker, and Helium. Now, let me know which altcoins, if any, are you most bullish on for this bull run. Holla at your boy in the comments. I greatly appreciate that, because let's not forget, this is a live and interactive show. So please also let me know where you're tuning in from, family. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective of the overall market. You can see ICP and TRB leading the pack. And next to that, we got File, Rose, and Maker. And zooming out on the monthly, massive gainers. And some of these these coins are up hundreds of percent, which is mind-boggling, including Bonk 250%, Sats 362%, Ordi 272%, ICP 209%. Whoa, yeah, TRB 332, Say 136. Just even Stacks is up 108. Satoshi Vision 95, Near 95, ASTR 103, Osmo 120. It's pretty lit. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, we pull back some. We're currently rated a 67 in greed. Yesterday, a 68. Last week, a 71. And last month, a 71 in greed. So there you have it, my crypto family. But anyways, let's dive into some Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out some of the charts of where the price action is likely to go next. Here we go. Yeah, so Bitcoin reached well to yesterday's price drop of 41.3, reacting well, that is, gaining $1.5 grand in the following hours. Most alts are also slightly in the green during the last day of this year, with AVAX tapping $40 and Sol maintaining above $100 per coin. I think it hit a high of roughly 120. Now, Bitcoin to challenge 43. We're on our way marching right now. Bitcoin was trading higher last weekend, even tried to overcome 44 on 2 occasions, but to no avail. The subsequent rejections pushed Bitcoin south hard. The asset touched a bottom of 41.6 on Tuesday. The bulls intercepted the move, and shout out to my bulls, pushing Bitcoin north by over $2 grand to just under 44 G's, and another rejection followed by the end of the business week and Saturday that resulted in a price drop to a 12-day low of 41.4, according to Bitstamp. Now, Bitcoin managed to defend its position above 41 G's. Moreover, the asset jumped by $1,500 since then and now stands close to 43,000 after a 2.5% daily increase. Its market cap soared to $836 billion, and its dominance over the alternative coins is back above 50%, according to CoinMarketCap, after declining by more than 1% in days. Now, here's a tweet from Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model. And if you're new to the stock to flow, it ultimately predicts the Bitcoin price action will hover between $100,000 per coin and $1 million per coin between 2024 and 2028. 2024 having right around the corner, roughly 3.5 months out. So Plan B updated us here in 2023. Bitcoin, number one, killed the bear market, closed the FTX and Luna gap, gave smart money a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to front-run the ETFs and the halving, completed most of the accumulation phase, and ends the year with a 160% return. So happy new year. Get ready for the bull run. I'll salute to that. That is what's up. So Bitcoin, pretty remarkable, considering this is supposed to be a bear year and with all the bearish catalysts we have witnessed in the market, to have 160% gains is not too shabby. And what sparked all of this, if we actually go back and think earlier in the year, it was the regional banking crisis. Bitcoin reacted by soaring when people started losing faith and trust in their local banks. And do you think this trend will likely continue into 2024? Let me know. As you know, there are so many bullish catalysts right around the corner. Bitcoin ETF spot approval could be in 2 days. If not, the deadline being the 10th, which would be in roughly another week and a half. Now, we also have the halving scheduled to take place mid-April, now roughly 3.5 months out. We have the election for 2024. Do you think there's going to be an election or civil unrest? Let me know your thoughts on that. Also, we have the supply shock. There's very minimal Bitcoin available on the exchanges. We've been talking about nation state adoption in the Middle East, the oil money, big partnerships, the largest oil company in Saudi Arabia, which happens to be the largest oil company in the world, partnering with the largest bank of Japan, SBI, to get into digital assets. Clearly, the number one digital asset in the world is Bitcoin. So if you can read between the lines, you already know. There's also talks of nation states that are wealthy, like Qatar, converting their $500 billion sovereign wealth fund into Bitcoin, which I've been covering here on the show. So there's just so many catalysts. And then we have other nation states adopting Bitcoin as well. Samson Mow made some predictions for 2024. I'm going to be covering towards the latter end of the show. One of them includes 3 countries adopting Bitcoin in some way, like as a form of legal tender, which can help usher in that mass Bitcoin adoption following in the footsteps of the blueprint of Nayib Bukele and El Salvador. But anyways, fam, we still got a lot to cover. So let's discuss this disgrace of the Department of Justice and Sam Bankman-Fried. They just dropped 6 of the 7 criminal charges against him. I'm surprised and not surprised at the same time because I had a feeling in the back of my mind he was going to get away with all this. So here is the latest. The headline reads, DOJ's decision on the SBF case outrages the crypto industry. Coinbase calls it a miscarriage of justice. Very well said. Now, here we go. The U.S. Department of Justice decided not to pursue a second trial against SBF. The second trial, which has been slated to start in March, addresses an additional set of criminal counts against Bankman-Fried, including campaign finance charges. Sharing his thoughts in a series of posts on X, the DOJ's decision not to pursue campaign finance charges against SBF, Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul Grewal, stressed, I think it's a mistake. I think it is a miscarriage of justice. The public interest in a public airing of charges almost always matters. Campaign finance charges are at the very top of the list. What politicians and others knew and when are critical questions that deserve answers. Now, I agree with that sentiment, so kudos to that guy from Coinbase for calling it out. Dropping this on a Friday night before the holiday only fuels public cynics about the politics of all this. A damn shame, the Coinbase official noted. Now, many people took to social media to slam the DOJ's decision, calling it outrageous, sickening, and disgusting. Some accused the DOJ of absolute corruption. Duh. This is insane corruption. Let me know if you agree. FTX snowplowed millions of dollars into Democrat campaign accounts. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he was the second largest donor to Joe Biden and the Democratic Party. DOJ separated campaign finance charges from his fraud trial, and now after being convicted for fraud, they're dropping the second trial for campaign finance crimes. Would have implicated too many Democrats and rhinos. What's rhino stand for, by the way? I don't even know. I know our government is corrupt, but sometimes things like this surprise even me. And congratulations to everyone who just got blessed by Casey Gates. He just gifted 5 more memberships. So congratulations, Mr. Grip, Akira, Tam Nugent, George Martinez, and Tom Arnone. You've all been blessed with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel, and you can thank Casey Gates for that. Yeah, so thank you, family. You guys are pretty incredible. Lawyer John Deaton opined, ask yourself, why is this case being dropped in an election year during the fraud trial? Good question. Now, Caroline Ellison testified that SBF gave the Biden administration $10 million. And the reason, he told her, was to buy access. He got 2 personal meetings with the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, and several others with the SEC staff. What a joke the Department of Justice has become. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think at the end, when he does get sentenced, for this one charge I guess he has left because they allegedly just dropped 6 of them, do you think he'll do any real jail/prison time? Or do you think he'll just get a slap on the wrist? I'm going to predict now, I think they're going to sentence him to a few years in prison, and then they're going to let him off in a few months and give him probation. What do you think? Let me know. Mr. Weed, I appreciate you subbing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. And it should make you feel outraged because this is corruption at its finest at the top levels. You know what I mean? Maxine Waters, how many of you saw that clip? I love you, Sam. Like, you can't make this stuff up. We live in a clown world, family. Meanwhile, they're going after CZ. CZ seems to be the patsy here, in my opinion. What up, Kim Moore? Thank you for subbing to the pod family. He'll get house arrest, probably more than likely, so he can stick to his so-called vegan diet, if you even believe that. But anyways, fam, let's break down the next story of the day and discuss Vitalik laying out the game plan for Ethereum in 2024. That's right. Let's break it down. Ethereum founder Vitalik shared the Ethereum roadmap for next year, admitting there are only minor changes compared to last year. In a series of posts on X, Buterin outlines that the continued focus for Ethereum in 2024 is on 6 main components. Furthermore, in a detailed chart with annotations and diagrams, Buterin elaborated on these 6 elements: the merge, the surge, the scourge, the verge, the purge, and the splurge. Well, it seems like Vitalik is now dropping bars. You know what I mean? He pointed out that as Ethereum's technical direction becomes clearer, there are only a handful of minor adjustments compared to the 2023 roadmap, quoting him here, as Ethereum's technical path forward continues to solidify, there are relatively few changes. And he outlines that here. He actually posted this on X. By popular demand, an updated roadmap diagram for 2023 I'll tell you this, there's a lot here, and to me, it's all very confusing. So here's the lowdown. The merge was highlighted as the key section of the roadmap, aiming to maintain a simple and resilient proof-of-stake consensus. In September of 2022, the merge took place, which integrated the Ethereum mainnet with proof-of-stake blockchain, the Beacon chain. Following the merge, the most significant observation on Ethereum was the transition from the power-intensive proof-of-work consensus mechanism to proof-of-stake, leading to a major reduction in the network's overall energy consumption. He further noted the developments on Ethereum's single slot finality. Finality aims to ensure that the changes to a blockchain block are irreversible without burning at least 33% of the total staked Ethereum. 33%. Freemasonry. The role of single slot finality and post-merge POS improvement is solidifying. It's becoming clear that SSF is the easiest path to resolving a lot of the Ethereum POS design's current weakness. Now, this comes after recently reporting Cointelegraph that Buterin wants to bring back the original idea of the cypherpunk revolution for the blockchain. Cypherpunk refers to the person who uses encryption to ensure privacy when accessing a computer network, especially from government authorities. Now, in a post, Buterin explained that Ethereum was initially envisioned as a public decentralized shared hard drive that could leverage peer-to-peer messaging and decentralized file storage. However, the vision started to diminish in 2017 with the turn towards financialization on Ethereum. Buterin highlighted that rollups, zero-knowledge proofs, and account abstraction and second-generation privacy solutions have become more mainstream. He noted that these could support certain values associated with the cypherpunk principles. So there you have it. Family, let me know your thoughts on this roadmap for Ethereum in 2024, in which Vitalik laid out for us. I'd love to know your thoughts. But anyways, let's dive into our next story of the day. We still got a lot to cover. We discussed the Ethereum 2024 roadmap shared by Vitalik Buterin. Now let's discuss this analyst predicting an $8 trillion crypto market cap in 2025. Now, the peak of the market cap we witnessed back in November of 2021 when we peaked out at the price of 69,000. I think we were just north of 3 trillion. So there ultimately, I think there's a pretty modest prediction because this is just like, what is that? Like 2.5x, you know what I mean? From the all-time high that we've already established. But nonetheless, here's the prediction. Let's break this baby down. With the year drawing to an end, crypto investors and enthusiasts definitely have their eyes set in the future and what the digital asset market holds for them in the coming years. Despite the slow start to the year, the final months of 2023 look favorable for the crypto landscape with the bull cycle seemingly to be in full gear. There has been broad commentary of the potential of the ongoing bull run and how it could impact the crypto market. The crypto researcher with the pseudonym Ether is one of the latest entities to discuss the current cycle and its future trajectory. And I guess it's probably Ether now that I think about it, thinking in crypto terms. But anyways, in a recent post, crypto analyst Ether put forward an exciting projection for the digital asset market over the coming years. And according to the pundit, the crypto total market cap could reach $8 trillion by 2025. This bullish prediction, in which, in my opinion, is actually a little bearish, is based on the candlestick formations of the weekly time frame across the various market cycles over the past decade. Now, Ether identified 3 bull cycles since 2015, with the third still in its early stages, as outlined right here in this chart. Now, using this chart, the analysts observed that the 155 candlestick bars were processed from the bottom of the local peak between January 2015 and January of 2018. During this bull run, the total market cap reached a high of over $740 billion. Meanwhile, Ether found that 152 candlestick bars were processed from the bottom to the local peak between December of 2018 and November 2021, which was when we hit that all-time high. Notably, investors saw the crypto market cap reach $3 trillion during this peak of the bull cycle. Now, based on historical analysis of the last 2 cycles, he believes there is a chance for a similar 150 plus bullish candlestick pattern until October 2025, starting from the November 2022 bottom. This projection suggests a continuation of the current bull run over a considerable period. And from the analyst's evaluation, the bull cycle can potentially bring the market cap to an unprecedented $8 trillion. Such growth would represent an almost 400% increase from the current valuation of the current crypto market. Now, in the wake of the crypto winter in 2022, the digital asset market started 2023 well below $1 billion valuation. However, the market picked up pace as the year went on, thanks to the no small part to the resurgence of Bitcoin, the largest asset in the sector. And at this time, the total crypto market cap stands at roughly 1.6 trillion. According to data from TradingView, this figure reflects a massive 113% increase over the past 12 months. So there you have it, my crypto fam. If you were to make a prediction and throw some numbers out there, where do you feel the market cap of crypto will be collectively by this cycle peak? Whether you believe the cycle will peak in 2024 or 2025. Anyways, let's dive into our next story of the day, discuss the latest 2027 target from Crypto Haze Just Blaze, and then we'll dive into our feature story of the day. And again, this is the final live podcast of 2023. So please smash those likes, show your support. We greatly appreciate it, family. The headline reads, Arthur Hayes says government money printing will push Bitcoin into a blow-off top by 2027. That's right. Arthur Hayes says the reckless money printing has likely already begun to send Bitcoin on another bull run. In a new interview he did with Laura Shin on the Unchained pod, the crypto veteran says the global banking system has been very accommodating to Bitcoin, despite the official stance of tight monetary policy and relatively higher rates. He says the Bitcoin is likely heading into a new bull market that will ultimately lead to a blow-off top sometime before 2027. He's quoting him here. We're starting to see the price of Bitcoin react positively since the FTX debacle in November of last year. Bitcoin went from 16,000 to 45 Gs. And all the while, the banks are supposedly not printing, but they are printing money. If you actually look at how much money is going into the banking system or interest payments on government debt, it is very stimulative. And that's what Bitcoin is telling us. And now, I guess, tech stocks. The Magnificent Seven in the United States, those tech stocks are on a tear because liquidity is there for the right type of thing. So I think 2024 is going to set up to be a choppy period where it's time to accumulate before you get that blow off top in 2025 into 2027. That's really how I am approaching the world right now. Now, Hayes, the chief investment officer of the early stage investment fund, Maelstrom, recently said the rate cut hints from the Fed are extremely bullish for Bitcoin and crypto. Quoting him here, at this point, there is no excuse not to be long crypto. How many more times must they tell you that the fiat in your pocket is a filthy piece of trash? Believe in the Lord and he shall set you free. Bitcoin equals $1 million. So there you have it. I think he's ultimately saying Bitcoin is on a vector, its own vector, and heading to $1 million per coin by 2027. And to watch this interview he did on the Laura Shin pod called Unchained, check the show notes below the video in the description. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know your thoughts on Arthur Hayes' predictions right there, that the Fed will continue to print money into oblivion, which will send Bitcoin parabolic to that seven-figure price range. But anyways, fam, without further ado, let's dive into our featured story of the day. Renowned analyst Samson Mow explains why the Bitcoin price will hit $1 million after the Bitcoin ETF approval, which can potentially be next week or 2 days out from now. So let's break this baby down. This is pretty bullish. You can see he actually, first I'll read the headline. I just actually read it to you. And he made a post talking about a God candle and the Omega candle. We're going to break that down as well. He also made some bullish predictions besides Bitcoin hitting $1 million per coin. We're going to be covering that as well. So first and foremost, let's start with this new article, which was just published. Bitcoin ETFs will trigger massive capital inflows. In a new interview, CEO of Jan3, Samson Mow, predicted a significant rally in the Bitcoin price, potentially reaching $1 million per coin. Send it and let's go. Now, he argued that the ongoing crypto bull market differs fundamentally from the previous ones, breaking the conventional 4-year cycle pattern. According to Mow, the unprecedented price surge will be driven by a combo of supply, demand, and price stocks. Quoting him here, it looks like all the Bitcoin ETFs are going to be approved on the same day. And again, that could potentially be January 2nd. According to Reuters, they said the 2nd or the 3rd, which would be Tuesday or Wednesday, fam. So keep that in mind. What this does is hitting a very limited supply of Bitcoin on the exchanges and available for purchase with a torrent of money. So it's basically supply shock multiplied by demand shock. And that gives you a price shock. This is why Bitcoin can go really high all at one time. Now, he highlighted the approval of the spot ETFs would be a pivotal moment, unlocking a torrent of US institutional capital into the king crypto. This influx of billions in a very short time frame can trigger a rapid price escalation. Quoting him again, I don't think the current rally is a very special rally. This is a rally for ants. The real rally is when Bitcoin goes to 1 million, and that is when the spot ETFs are approved. And we have tens of billions, maybe hundreds of billions of dollars flowing to Bitcoin in a very short time frame. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. His prediction is rooted in the belief that Bitcoin's limited supply, when hit with substantial capital inflow, will lead to a dramatic price increase akin to a 20x rise observed in 2016 to 2017. Now, how many of you were around in crypto back then on this bull cycle? Let me know. Now, Raoul Pal, co-founder and CEO of Real Vision, also provided a macroeconomic perspective on Bitcoin's potential growth. He identified two massive secular trends: the business cycle and financial conditions, significantly influencing asset prices. Raoul suggests that Bitcoin can reach between $500,000 and $1 million per coin by the end of 2025. Quoting him here, these cycles can be very crazy, and this one feels more like the 2017 cycle than it does the prior cycle. And that cycle didn't have a lot of central banks printing. Central banks' balance sheets are now rising. We saw 20% growth, and what happened to liquidity was crypto absolutely exploded. I kind of feel like that's the case now. Now, analyzing Bitcoin's performance against the S&P 500 since 2013, Raul noted an 88% annual outperformance, reinforcing Bitcoin's position as a formidable asset in the financial market. He emphasized the high-risk adjusted returns in crypto compared to other investment options, attributing this to the asset's high correlation with global liquidity trends. Quoting him again, Bitcoin is the horse I back the most. It is the fastest horse in the race. Best risk-adjusted returns, high correlation to the global liquidity index, which is our everything code. So we know how the asset price behaves, which gives us a competitive advantage when we use our proprietary frameworks. And furthermore, Raul discussed the impact of the Bitcoin halving cycle, now only 3.5 months out, and its correlation with the global debt refinancing cycles and election cycles. He posited that these macro factors, combined with the anticipation of the ETF, will likely propel Bitcoin to new heights. Yeah, that's what's up. Now, Samson also shared on December 30th, so this was yesterday, a God candle is $10,000 green on the daily. So a $10,000 daily candle. We've had this term for a while. For 100,000 Bitcoin, candles I like Omega, as it goes well with the quantifier. Just like with earthquakes, we have the Richter magnitude scale, 5, 6, etc., and we can measure Bitcoin in Omegas. It's a 4 Omega candle. Let me know your thoughts on that. The Omega candle for 100,000. And he also put MSN Bitcoin experienced a 2 Omega event today. Can't wait. Now, he also made some very bullish predictions outside the $1 million price action for 2024. Here's his thoughts. Samson's predictions for 2024, which he shared on December 29th at 10:37 p.m. Eastern. He says, Bitcoin all-time high. I think that's a given. I think we all agree on that. He also is probably the most bullish in predicting that we hit $1 million per coin in 2024. Let me know your probability of that actually happening. My thoughts are it's definitely possible. I don't think it's the most probable scenario, but just the fact it's possible gets me pretty ecstatic. Now, he also says that 3 nation states implements a Bitcoin strategy. Now, keep in mind, he has been speaking with world leaders and presidents and congressmen all around the world to help usher in Bitcoin adoption. For example, he was recently with the president of Colombia. He gifted the president 100,000 Satoshis. So we can say that the president of Colombia is a Bitcoin hodler. Now, also Indira Kempis in Mexico, they've been working together, looking to usher in Bitcoin as well. We also have Ricardo Salinas, the 3rd richest man in Mexico, who the majority of his investment portfolio is in Bitcoin. So these are potential countries that could have some adoption. Others, Suriname, already discussing implementing like 1% of their central bank reserves into Bitcoin. Suriname is a small nation just north of Brazil in South America. We also have Javier Milei's country of Argentina. He just became president. He's anti-central banker. You know what I mean? He has that chainsaw saying he's going to put an end to the central banking cartels. So these are some candidates for Bitcoin adoption. What are your thoughts? We also have countries like Panama and many others. This is just off the top of my head. Now, he also is going to be engaging 10 more countries for Bitcoin adoption. Always putting in the work. He also says that Aqua Bitcoin drives the LUSDT volume, referring to Tether there. Liquid Bitcoin goes mainstream, and Bitfinex securities take off, and Bitcoin bonds from 3 jurisdictions. Clearly, I believe the first country, El Salvador, so they have that first mover's advantage. But let me know your thoughts on all his bullish predictions, which he shares right here. And which countries do you feel will likely adopt Bitcoin next? Holla at your boy. Now, he also tweeted here today, on January 10th, 2024, Bitcoin becomes a risk-off asset, so plan accordingly. And also, like I mentioned earlier, according to Reuters, we may get that green light from the SEC as soon as Tuesday or Wednesday, which is in another 2 or 3 days. And if we don't get it then most likely before the deadline on January 10th. So be prepared, family. Now I just want to share, we've been discussing these God candles, Omega candles, whatever you want to call them. Yesterday's episode, we discussed this quote from Max and these nations adopting Bitcoin as the game theory continues in full effect. Quoting Max here, these two are teaming up to make Larry Fink, aka BlackRock, and Michael Saylor look like peanuts with a buy order of 1 million Bitcoin and a $100,000 God candle. Now, this is the prince on the left of Saudi Arabia, and I'll just keep it real. I don't know who the guy is on the right. So if you guys know, please do let me know. But Max has been very bullish on these, and I've been covering it. So if you missed yesterday's episode, please be sure to check it out. Another quote, the Saudis, this is from Max, the Saudis will make Michael Saylor look like a peanut. A $500 billion buy order triggering a God candle is a done deal. Now, also major news I covered in yesterday's pod, Bitcoin asset is permissible for Islam, according to the 90-year-old Salafist clerk from Saudi Arabia, who officially confirmed it. This is a pretty big deal. Why? Because there's over 2 billion Islamics in the world. So now they have the green light that Bitcoin is permissible. So let's freaking go. So what are your thoughts surrounding Samson Mow's prediction of a potential $100,000 or even $1 million candle? Who knows? For 2024, let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below.